Slick on the beat.
What's up, fight fans? It's your boy Nick from NickPortellaMMA.com. Today, truly special guest, 6-0 pro MMA fighter on 11-fight win streak, the teenage dream, Chase Hooper. Chase, how are you doing today?
Not too bad. Just kind of getting back into the swing of things as far as training goes, and loving it.
I feel like you've earned the time off after the last performance. But
yeah, I would
first,
hate it though.
yeah, first, congratulations on the Contender Series wins. I think over the course of the whole fight, it actually showed a whole bunch about your character as a fighter. But we'll get into that with the questions, obviously.
Right.
So I have to ask, being so young, have you ever been the older fighter in any of your fights?
No, not once.
Yeah, you may never get that. Actually, you've actually progressed like 25-year-old amount in a short amount of time. So, since you are younger, have you ever had any like crazy stories, like trying to get into a fight or getting things done because of your age?
Oh, for sure. Like I've had like one of my teammates like sign like one of the waivers or whatever to fight because I wasn't 18, so I couldn't sign my own stuff. Or like
like a consent form.
yeah. That and then like at the casino they'd like sneak me in the back door, and then like once the fight was over they like escort me into the back room, and then it's like, all right, you gotta stay here until we leave.
It's like a fight before the fight just to get in.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's all right. It makes for a good story later on.
Yeah, it's I've been kicked out of casinos for sure a couple times.
That's okay
Just
though.
because they're like, oh, all right, you're done, you gotta go.
That's all right though, because it's worth going there for what you're doing, and then that's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
You leave.
Yeah,
So
it just sucks with like, can't just hang out with my family and stuff. It's like, oh, no, you gotta go, sorry.
it's horrible. Like, dude, I just fought. Did you not see?
No, I didn't.
But all right. So July 24th, opportunity of a lifetime. UFC contracts in the midst. You actually face a very high level prospect in Kanan Kauai. Leading up to the fight, did you make any special adjustments or anything in your training to prepare for him specifically?
Well, we tried to do more like, me getting kinda, like bullied around a little bit as far as like sparring goes, and then, like my coach was watching a lot of his fights and kinda trying to see the punches and like that he likes to throw a lot or like the strikes.
Right.
And then, yeah, just kind of little stuff like that. Nothing too big.
Yeah, well, that's good then. So you got to stay in your normal routine, per se.
For sure.
So in the first round of the fight, as everybody thought, the fans, media, everybody watching, they figured he'd come out throwing big shots, trying to do the bully thing. And you took a little bit of damage in that round, but you almost, even the big shots, it almost seemed that you bounced right back almost immediately. At any point in the round, did you feel like you were in any kind of danger at any point, or were you kind of just regrouping as it was coming?
I wouldn't say danger. It was definitely like, oh, I hope he's not keeping up this pace for 3 rounds. That might be a problem. But, yeah, I was just trying to, not, like, let that get in my head that I was getting, that I obviously lost that round. And then just kind of be like, all right, we'll kind of try to, switch it up, try to find my openings or whatever. And
Right. Now round 2, it was almost like you came out, maybe, I don't want to say a different fighter, but like you made the adjustments. I mean,
for sure.
you used your distance, you used your obviously dominant ground game for that fight, and you pretty much dominated the round. And your opponent came out and he looked not gassed, but he was winded as to where you did not appear winded at all.
Yeah.
Was the game plan kind of knowing that he would come out throwing big to just kind of weather the storm, knowing that you had a big gas tank?
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely in there. It was that, or kind of like knowing when he's gonna like rush me, trying to maybe like sync up a choke or something, you know. Because if he's like trying to keep a high pace, looking for all the little mistakes that he's making. Yeah, I know 100% that my cardio is good. So I took like a 5-round fight on like 2 hour notice, and it was like not a problem.
Like
Went all
no
5.
training camp, 5 hours notice, 2 hours
Yeah.
notice?
Yeah, like I was eating like Triscuits and like peanut butter and shit before.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you were like, this fight sounds cool, I'll be there.
Yeah, it was my first professional title fight against like a super tough, like pretty well known local dude, yeah.
And obviously you won because you have no losses on your record, so.
Mm.
So now, for me, I even thought your third round of this fight was an even better fight. I mean, you literally controlled him the entire round, landed good ground and pound. You definitely highlighted your submission game with attempt after attempt, and your transitions were like flawless from everywhere. Since you got a chance to go back and watch the fight, is there anything that you would have did differently to maybe try to finish it, or is there anything you would have changed? I mean, I know you will always find something because that's what you do as a fighter. You always are trying to improve. But for that specific fight, did you see anything that you were unhappy with after the fact?
For sure. Obviously the first round getting beat up a little bit, you know, but that's always kind of trying to improve my striking. But definitely on the ground, I try to like I wasn't really seeing at the time, but like he was doing like just enough to keep the fight from getting stopped as far as ground and pound stuff goes.
Right.
So probably switching gears and going, all right, now let's try to hold and you know, try to keep this position and keep like beating him up and hope that the ref jumps in rather than like.
You even looked like I don't know. You looked like you had 5 rounds in you, even on that fight. I mean, you were tired, but you looked like you had rounds left. Is that true?
Yeah, 100%. My cardio for that fight was probably better than it had ever been because that was my first fight, like dropping down to 45,
Right.
actually making 45, and then yeah, with the less weight, I was feeling faster and better cardio is good.
Right. And another notable thing, I mean, throughout the whole fight, even in round 1, was your ability to like just keep moving and working and moving forward. Like there really wasn't any time where you were playing the backup game or anything like that. You were constantly working. Now, is that style for that fight scored you by the scorecards 2 10-8 rounds, which is hard to do in any fight because the 10-8 rounds is a big deal. Is this the style that we're going to see throughout your career? Because obviously the contract will come. Is that just that's your just style of fighting?
I definitely say that's pretty close to my style. You can see it a lot with my jiu-jitsu and you can see it, with a lot of the ground stuff in the fight, is that I don't like to kind of commit to one thing, like, too much. Like, I'm pretty flowy with stuff, pretty open-ended, not putting all my eggs in one basket as far as, like, specific, game plans or techniques or submission attempts go or anything.
Which is great because you don't commit to any one thing, which is something usually you learn, you know, years down the road, but you're already there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm already like 10 years into training, so it's not like I'm, you know, just starting off or anything. I've been in the gym for a while.
What did you actually start training with, just so we can kind of get a well-rounded history?
I started training when I was like 8 years old, doing just kickboxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Right. Well, that would explain why your ground game is where it is already.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So now, while you didn't get a full-on contract, you did get a developmental contract, which really says a lot at 18. There's guys who go on that show and they leave wishing they got half of what you got.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
while the end goal is to be on the UFC roster, obviously, at this point right now, are you satisfied with the developmental contract, which gives you more time to, I guess, fine tune your arsenal?
For sure. You know, obviously getting a UFC contract would have been, you know, best case scenario, but I feel like it's good, to kind of, yeah, still be able to, like, build my skill set and kind of, keep refining, keep getting more experience, and kind of another one is, like, building my name, building my brand or whatever. So that way, you know, I'm
I don't think
somewhat,
I don't think you're gonna have too much trouble doing that.
yeah, like,
I think it's kind of going to be a given. So for you, it's not going to be an if, it's more like a when. How many more fights do you think it will take you to sign the full contract? Because you'll bring something new to whatever division you go into. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. I'd say, like, maybe 2 or 3 more fights at the most. Because I stay pretty active, so 2 or 3 more fights would be at the longest, maybe like 6 months from now.
oh, you stay very active. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. My I haven't even been a pro for a year yet. I had my first like 6 months being a pro. I had 5 fights, so
That's insane.
definitely staying active. But yeah, I like to stay active for sure. And then it's just I think I've progressed pretty good when I choose something I need to focus on.
Right.
Definitely striking would be one of those that I try to keep refining and keep making better.
It was odd though. It kind of looked like it picked up automatically on its own. Once you got into the second round, it was almost like you kind of settled in, and then everything it was just amazing from first to second to third round, as to where a lot of times people start to get tired and decline.
Hmm.
You seem to like pick up the pace and go on the up,
Yeah,
which is something good.
I've definitely been called a slow starter before. I could definitely see that a little bit.
That's
Kind
all
of
right,
just,
man. Embrace it.
yeah, it's just
Embrace
kind of,
whatever
you know,
it is.
making sure I don't get too beat up before I, you know, kick it into high gear or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, he threw everything and the kitchen sink in the first round, and you weathered the storm and
Yeah.
came out with 2 10-8 rounds. So now, like I said, to not keep you forever, is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to or thank? Anybody? It's the floor is yours.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you know, shout out to my gym and my team, Combat Sport and Fitness. They've been with me, you know, since day one. My coach, Jeff Hoagland, brought me up since I was a little kid, and, you know, from the beginning to the end of my career, it's going to be where I'm at. Also, CTRL Industries is my jiu-jitsu, like, gi and, like, clothing sponsor. They're super dope. They've been super helpful. Got a lot of gis now. Lots of stuff from them. And then also Fugic Ford, which is like a local car dealership here in Enumclaw, which is kind of been real supportive of the team and whatnot, and real helpful. And then also The Mint, which is a restaurant here in Enumclaw, which is owned by my girlfriend's family, and it's super
Right.
good food. Yeah, that's it.
All right, and now for me, first, again, I know they're probably knocking down your door, so I have to thank you for your time in doing the interview, and to say it was a completely impressive fight to watch, everything you did and what you were able to accomplish at your age already. It'll be crazy to try to imagine what we'll see from you, 5 years from now or 3 years from now. And want to wish you all the best in your career. I'm sure now that you've kind of put yourself on the radar for the MMA world, everybody will be watching. And for everybody that wants to follow Chase, definitely give him a follow on Twitter, at Chase_Hooper. He keeps people up to date on what's going on. He's a very active person. And as for me, you can follow me at Nick Portella MMA on all social media outlets. And again, Chase, thanks for your time in the interview, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Take care.
All right, you
All
do.
right. Bye.
Bye.